What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another top 25 college basketball rankings video. Now, little disclaimer, UNC is not in this rankings, do not get me wrong, but with a dominant win over Louisville that we just had, if Carolina can win the two games upcoming this week, being Marquette and Florida State, Carolina will be in my rankings. Mark my words, there it is. And also, Drake fans, I'm sorry, but Drake is not in the rankings. They were removed from the rankings. There are just teams that I truly do think are better, so I had to move Drake out. I am sorry about that, but I gave you one week of fame, and if you guys earn it, I will definitely put you back. All right, let's get right into it. Starting number 25, Wichita State. Drake fans, you might not be happy about this, but I'm sorry. I truly do think Wichita State is a better team overall. They did just be a top 5. Well, at the time, they were a top 5 team in the nation. In Houston, is a very, very big win for them. They're like Wichita State's on like a 5-game win streak right now, or something like that, with a win over Houston. So I think that is definitely worthy of being in the top 25 of the rankings. Number 24 is San Diego State. Another one of those teams I'm not exactly too high on, but they're outplaying my expectations. I think they've won 8 straight games by 15 or more points, and that definitely makes them deserving of being on this rankings. Number 23 is Clemson. They were also 23 last week. They have not played a game in a while. I felt like kind of pushing them out of the rankings, but I was like, I can't exactly punish them for not playing enough games, so I am going to end up leaving them here at 23 for this week. Number 22 is USC. They are coming off a loss, which is why they have moved down a little bit in the rankings, but not too much. Still, in my opinion, definitely the best team in the Pac-12. Number 21 is the Missouri Tigers. I don't know what to think about Missouri at this point, man. They're not playing too great as of late. They did win their last game, but before that they lost a game to Georgia, who's not exactly the best team in the world. And before that it was a 3-game losing streak. So I did have to move them down quite a bit, almost push them out of the rankings, but I didn't quite do that. They are currently 14-6 in the season. So, number 20 is Tennessee. Tennessee is one of the best defensive teams in the nation, but their offense is just like stagnant most of the time. They cannot get any offense. They just lost to Kentucky yesterday, which is not a good team, as we all know. They have not been playing good basketball. So, yeah, man, Tennessee. I don't know how much longer they're going to be in these rankings. If they keep losing like this, they will not be in very much longer. Number 19, Texas, another team that is on a steep decline. Texas has been not playing good basketball either, and they've had their moments, obviously, but they're 13-6. 2 teammates got into it during their loss against West Virginia the other night, and they blew like some kind of ginormous lead. So that doesn't look as good for them either as well. So yeah, 19 for Texas right now. Number 18 is Belmont. Belmont is one of the best teams in like non-Power 5 outside of like Gonzaga and like Houston and all them. But I really am a believer in Belmont. They're playing really good. I think they still only have the 1 loss on the entire season. Belmont does. They're playing very well, and they could be a sleeper to make a run in the tournament. Speaking of the tournament, take you guys, if you don't mind, I'd love for you guys to check out my bracketology video I posted a couple days back. I hope to be doing those quite often, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Anyways, Belmont 24-1, I believe, is their record. They're playing absolutely fantastic basketball right now. They're like a 21-game win streak, so be looking out for Belmont. Number 17 is why do I always call Virginia Tech West Virginia? Virginia Tech, 14-4, one of the most underrated teams in the ACC. 14-4, they have Coach Mike Young has done a really good job with this program and getting them to higher than they were expected this year. So good for What Virginia Tech at 17. Number 16 is Texas Tech. Texas Tech is on a 2-game losing streak, and they're 14-7. They have a worse record than UNC. Now, yes, they've been playing a much harder schedule, and they've beat harder teams than us. But guys, I don't know, man. I feel like I should have pushed them farther down than this. Like, I understand they're playing a very good team, but you can't just keep losing games and expect to stay in the rankings. So, I think 16 right now. Not sure if that's exactly fair or not, but we'll see. Number 15 is Arkansas Razorbacks. 17-5 on this season. They're on a 4-game win streak, and since so many teams above them have just been losing, I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt and move them above some of the other teams. Their 4-game win streak contains Kentucky, Missouri, a ranked Missouri team, and a pretty good Florida team. So they are definitely up and up right now. Number 14 is Virginia, another team on a 2-game losing streak that's been falling in the rankings, man. Virginia, they are a good team. Like I've said before, I don't think this is a Final Four team or even an Elite 8 team, maybe not even a Sweet 16 team for me. Obviously, they are a good defensive team, but I don't know how that's going to translate into the tournament. Obviously, yes, they are the defending champions, but I'm just not as big of a fan of this roster as I was when they won the championship. So 14. Number 13 is West Virginia. Obviously, they just had a big win over Texas the other day. Before that, they were coming off a loss, but with that Texas win, they showed a really, really big comeback. So that was pretty impressive. If you guys watched the video from the other day, I do have West Virginia as a Final Four team. I really like this team, man. I'm just saying. All right, next team, number 12 is Florida State. Florida State coming off some big wins of their own. Virginia being one of those teams, at the time a top 10 Virginia team they beat, and then another big win on the road against Pittsburgh the other day, pushing them all the way up to number 12 in the nation. I've been saying a lot of the year, I believe, that this is the most underrated team in the ACC, and in my opinion, maybe even the best in the ACC over Virginia, and that's kind of playing out right now. Number 11 is Oklahoma, another one of the surprise teams I did not expect to be here at this point, but they're on a 3-game win streak. They're 14-5 on the season, but I didn't raise them near as much as you guys probably would expect. Because two of those wins are against Iowa State. Iowa State is one of the worst teams in college basketball, so I didn't really give them too much of anything for that. Anyways, number 10 is Iowa. Iowa's coming off a big win today. Well, it's not necessarily a big win. It would be worse if they lost it. But they beat Penn State by 6 points. Not a very good Penn State team. Iowa didn't look very good for a lot of it, but Luka Garza did become the all-time scoring leader in Iowa basketball history, so good for him. And they got a tough test against Michigan and then followed by Ohio State, so Iowa's probably going to be falling in the upcoming rankings. Number 9 is Creighton. Creighton's a solid team, man. I like what I see from Creighton. I don't know how long they can make it last. I don't think this is a team that will be able to do much in the NCAA tournament, but as of right now, they're playing really good basketball. Number 8 is Houston. Houston moving down a couple spots, obviously due to their loss to Wichita State. It's not a bad Wichita State team, but probably a game they should have won at the end of the day. But they did have a ginormous victory today against Cincinnati by almost 40 points. 7 is Alabama, another one of those teams I did not expect to be up here. Right now they're 18-5 on a 3-game win streak. Number 6 is Villanova. The AP really damaged Villanova in the rankings. They moved them all the way down to 10, which I did not expect. They lost to a ranked team and got moved down like 6 spots, so that's kind of surprising. But I definitely think that Villanova is number 16 in the nation right now. Number 5 is Ohio State. The Ohio State-Michigan game today was a very good basketball game. Michigan did come out on top, and that's why Ohio State went down a spot. But in the first half especially, it was like neither of these teams could miss. They were playing very good, very efficient basketball. Number 4, another Big Ten team in the top 5 is Illinois. Illinois just barely above Ohio State this week. They've been one of the hottest teams in college basketball, if not the hottest. They're on a 7-game win streak right now, and they still only had the 3 losses of the season. 5 losses in the season actually, but they suffered those pretty early on. So the role they've been on, definitely trying to show that they are a top team in the nation. Number 3 is Michigan, best team in the Big Ten. Yes, better than Illinois, better than Iowa, better than Ohio State. They're a really good basketball team, well coached, like what I've seen from Michigan. Number 2, of course, is Baylor, and of course, number 1 is still the Gonzaga Bulldogs, as you could expect. 2 undefeated teams, in my opinion, the best teams in the country. Don't really expect that to change, especially with the Gonzaga schedule. I could see Baylor maybe suffering a loss at some point, but Gonzaga is looking really good for them right now. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's ranking video. Please like, subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.